Hey there, hi the ho there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marshall County Today, the new talk show aimed at informing you about stories, people, and businesses around your neighborhood. Tony Ross, great to be with you. Today, we got a full house here at our Auto Park Studios here in downtown Plymouth as we talk about the Rees and everything that is happening here. And while I got a second here, I wanted to kind of let everybody know coming up after this, we're going to be celebrating our intern JP. And we're going to have him on the air as well. When we come back, though, we're going to talk with the Rees because they got a great June coming up and a good, strong finish to the month of May. Katie's in the house. She'll lead us when we return. Don't go away. Welcome back to Marshall County Today, the talk show that's in there to inform you about stories, people, businesses, events that are going to be happening around your neighborhood. As I mentioned a moment ago, our Rees Theater is here today and talk about and kind of introduce some really cool people that are involved with the Rees. And Katie, we start with you. Good morning. How are you?
Well, the sun is shining. It's hard to be in a bad mood with the sun shining.
Yeah, you got that right. We'll take a day like this, to say the least. And I see we brought some friends here today.
I did bring some friends. We are very excited. We are heading towards the end of May, but the June 6th through June 9th, we have 4 gentlemen who are going to be wazzling and dazzling the crowd for the Forever Plaid community theater performance. They have been working hard on this, and I'm telling you, they are sounding good.
All right, so let's introduce ourselves.
Sure. So we have Sean Hatfield. We have Josh Hill, and we have Avery Gerwin.
And Avery is on line here for us, and I'm having a little issue with my soundboard here, but we got him here. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Perfect.
And have him talk over the phone. Avery, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
Well, thank you for joining us today. You know, putting this together and being part of it, it's got to be kind of special, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a really, really fun show. It's really nostalgic in a certain way, even as somebody who's not of the era that this music is from. It's just kind of a show that kind of celebrates nostalgia, and I think there's something really cool about that.
You know, and to be part of something like this, it kind of gives you a little bit of a challenge, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Now, how long you been?
Lots of music to learn.
Yeah. You know, for example, I mean, for you, how long you been a musician?
Oh gosh, it probably started for me about when I was 5 or 6 years old.
All right, so you were a very young age. So, what instrument did you begin with?
So I started out singing. My first musical was when I was in kindergarten. My mom signed me up for our high school's production of Anything Goes.
Mom saw a talent early, didn't she?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, and so talk a little bit about Forever Plaid, Katie, for a second.
Sure. So, Sean, do you want to give a little synopsis?
Yeah, so Forever Plaid is about a group of 4 high school, late high school, early college age young men who were tragically in an automobile accident, and they are miraculously resurrected, and they are able to do the show that they missed out on. So there's a whole series of, I think, like 26 or 28 different songs that we do, and kind of we run through that show that we never got to do, and we're given that second chance.
So they were hit by a bus full of Catholic teens on the way to see the
Beatles.
Beatles open at the Ed Sullivan Show.
Wow.
So all of the teens were miraculously unharmed, but the 4 guys died instantly. So tragedy turns into this great performance, and it's slapstick comedy, it's 1950 songs but harmonized, and then these guys do a great job of bringing this era back for everybody to enjoy. So it's a lot of fun. So the premise is really funny, and then you have slapstick comedy. You have Sean, who was part of the speech team in high school here at Plymouth, and then we have Josh, who brings in those lower levels of all of these songs, and it's just a lot of fun to be able to bring it. And Avery has been a godsend, because Avery is the Rochester Middle School music teacher and choir teacher and theater teacher, and he has came in and he's plunked on the piano and helped put this harmony together. So Avery has been tremendous help with it. So we're really looking forward to it. Braden, who's not here, Braden Baker is the 4th one in it, and he can hit all of those high notes. Mariah Carey, watch out. So,
Wow, really?
yes.
Nice.
Josh, what's your take on the show?
It's going to be a really good show. I probably have the least amount of experience probably out of everybody, but just with Avery and Katie's been very positive about all of our stuff so far, and I'm just very excited to do the show.
You know, I'm a harmony guy. I love it. It's what I do. It's, you know, I'm part of the praise team in our church, and it's not easy at all to blend with someone who's singing on a different octave than you are to begin with. So how long have you guys been practicing?
Well, originally, this production was going to be in January.
Right.
We had to switch it over for rights purposes, because when you perform a production, you have to have the royalties associated with it. So our royalties had not cleared, so we moved it over to our June performance dates. So we just flip-flopped The Odd Couple in this one.
Right.
So realistically, we had started already practices, and then we stopped probably just about December, and then we came back to it like maybe 6 months. 24 songs. They have to harmonize.
That's pounding it.
Plus, you also have, the camaraderie back and forth. You have all the lines that they have to do, plus the choreography of the different songs, all the props. For one song alone, there are like 32 props.
Really?
And that gives you an idea of the amount of interaction that they have together, because they do the whole Ed Sullivan Show in 3 minutes and 11 seconds during Lady of Spain.
Bravo.
So it's
Bravo.
so it's a lot of fun to be able to see all of those, but it's timing, and it's making sure that you're also staying on your note that you're supposed to, and or like Sean's supposed to be over here, and he's supposed to be plugging in these lights, and so just a lot of different things where you don't realize the amount of work, not just the songs, but being able to blend and being able to be all these buddies who've been friends for years, and so it's a lot of fun.
So how many you got working for this production?
Well, we have two right now. We have 2 great technicians, and then
Okay.
we will have 2 people behind stage, and then I will be actually running. We'll be doing soundtracks as opposed to having a full, instruments.
Yeah.
And then so I'll be running the soundtrack. So that'll be
just
3
makes sense.
3 technicians. We'll have 2 people backstage, and then the 4 guys. So,
Wow. You guys are just getting better and better at what you're doing. I'm telling you. Bravo. This is great. Avery, real quick, for you, when you heard the blend of you guys, what was your initial thought? Because sometimes when you're up there and you're singing with others, you feel, okay, this is going to work, or you're going to say, we need to be working a little bit harder on this. So for you, when you were working with these guys, what was your initial thought, and to where you are going to be coming up here shortly with a performance?
Yeah, so it's it's been quite the process to kind of get these harmonies down, because like you said, getting everybody has their own note most of the time. It's there's not a whole lot of unison singing. It's kind of that 4-part barbershop
Right.
kind of style a little bit. So it was kind of tricky, not only to get everybody on those notes at first, but just to get them under my fingers while I was playing the piano. But yeah, having had experience with barbershop in the past, I really love that kind of harmony, and so it's been really fun to work on it and kind of get that to all come together.
I'm with you, brother. I love barbershop music. It's just something so amazing when voices just blend the way they do, and it's just almost angelic, like with how, I don't care what production it is, or if it's a concert, I just love it. Just love it. So now, what part are you singing, Avery?
So I play the role of Frankie. His real name is Francis. So he is meant to be kind of like the leader of the pack in a number of ways. He's kind of the one of the four guys, I think he kind of understands the most about like why they were brought back and what their purpose was to give the show that they never got to do in life. And so he's kind of like reining everybody in, and sometimes acts as the voice of reason among the other three. But it really is, I would say, a pretty collaborative effort between all four. The script paints Frankie as the leader, but really I don't think he plays that much of a bigger role than anybody else.
So, guys, let's talk a little bit about, your thoughts. And, when you first got together and you heard yourselves initially, you thought, what were you thinking? Like, man, we just did something pretty incredible here.
Yeah, I think we've got a really fantastic cast. I'm really thrilled to be working with my other three castmates, and especially under the direction of Katie. We're really putting together a pretty stellar show. The really cool part about Forever Plaid is, even though there are four guys, there's really no main character. Mm-hmm. Each person gets two solos throughout the whole performance. There's a lot of back and forth. Everybody has their own individual roles and personalities within their characters, and you kind of see those characters develop and shine throughout the performance. It's a really unique show, and I'm really glad to be a part of it.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm very excited. My character is Smudge. He's the base of the group, and my character was very apprehensive at first, and then by the end of the show, he's kind of like, I don't want to leave. And I feel like that's kind of like what my journey was through this. Is at the very beginning, I was like, we are never gonna figure this out. But now I'm like, I'm ready to go. I want to get to the performances and entertain everybody, and I'm very excited.
Well, I'm anxious to hear you, because bass is not an easy an easy tone. And,
Right.
I mean, you really need to know what you're doing as tone wise.
Yeah, and it's been a long journey, and I feel like I've gotten there for at least the one song that is really bassy, and I'm excited to perform it for everybody. So.
Wow. All right, Katie, need some information now.
Sure.
What day is...
So it is June 6th at 2. We are at June 7th at 7:30, June 8th at 7:30, and then we're going to close out the show on June 9th for a 2 o'clock matinee as well. So you can go to reestheater.com for tickets. You can go to Fernbaugh's. We have a lot of groups coming in, so please get your tickets so that way you have a seat to see this wonderful performance. I do want to give a shout out to all of these guys, because besides just what they're doing for Forever Plaid, and we're into practicing 5 days a week, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sean just adopted. He has a brand new baby.
Yes.
So Sean has a brand new
All
baby.
right.
Josh and Braden and Avery are taking on the Max and Cucky Players. They are helping with facilitating The Little Mermaid. Josh's wife is actually the director.
Disney's The Little Mermaid.
So you can see
There
all
you
of
go.
all of these little things is like, besides what they're doing with me and putting 100% dedication, is all of these are community members, which is wonderful. Their lives still go on, but they still give it 110% with me in practice.
So do you guys sleep at all?
I have a
Avery, do you sleep at
10-day-old
all?
baby, so I'm not sleeping a whole lot.
It seems like it's in congratulations. Being a new dad, man, it's pretty special.
Yeah, big shout out to my daughter, Claire Elizabeth, and to my wonderful wife, Elizabeth, who
Right.
is holding down the fort while I'm over here.
Well, good. And listen, your family, your family of the Rees, and everybody has to make it happen. I mean, the story of the Rees Theater now has been a collaboration of everybody, including the community, and they've done such a wonderful job. I don't know how you've been able to do it, Katie, but you've answered the bell, and you deserve a lot of the credit for getting performances like this that's coming up here in early June. But you don't stop there. You've got other events coming up. There's movies.
We have movies, we have performances, we have concerts. Go to reestheater.com. That's always updated. Check our social media on Facebook, Instagram, and just look for the Rees. If you guys are wanting to be entertained this summer all the way through the end of the year, I got it. We could be together every weekend if you want.
Right. And it's very simple to get a hold of you.
Right.
And offer up any ideas that are possible.
Yes.
Now, we also need to keep in mind, too, becoming a member of the Rees Theater is pretty crucial, too, because putting on Forever Plaid here, for example,
right.
You mentioned rights.
Yeah, there's royalties associated with it.
That costs money.
It does.
A lot.
So, with all of these props, like I said, all of these props, those all add up. So between the community sponsorships and the memberships that we obtain through the community, that gets your business name out there, that gets your family, if you're going to put it to a dedication for somebody, that membership gets you free tickets, it gets you discounted private rental rates, and all of that contributes to what we're doing at the Rees. So if you have any inclination that you want to be a community sponsor and get your name up on our big LED, on our marquee, on all of our social media advertising, but also it gives you a chance to get back into what we really wanted to do and bring the community together.
Right.
And not only sponsorship levels, but also volunteer opportunities. So if you don't have the money to spare, if you've got the time to spare, we're always looking for volunteers down at the Rees.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And audition for shows.
Yeah, that is a big one.
Yes.
For all this. I mean, because you're not just putting on small, I hate saying this, but it is what it is, but small time productions. You guys are putting on productions.
Putting on the Ritz.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking some Broadway stuff here, too.
We're really excited. The caliber of theater that we're bringing to downtown Plymouth is comparable to anywhere that you were going to go see. I feel like a professional show. I treat it like these actors are going to give you what you're paying your money for. So
that's it. Well, you're affordable. That's the other part. Bring a family.
Yeah.
That's the other part about it. And so
right.
you're on target. You are on target, and congratulations to all the success that's going on here.
Thank you.
Avery, we're going to let you go, brother, and best of luck. We look forward to seeing you.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
You betcha. All right. And so for you guys, Forever Plaid is coming up. Do you get a little nervous as the closer you get?
Yeah, I don't get as nervous as I used to for shows, but it's still there. I feel if you don't get a little nervous, then
there's something to that.
And they're going to be looking so sharp. We went through treats. We got jackets coming. They have bow ties. So you guys do not want to miss this 1950s nostalgic play and be able to come and support our local community.
Yeah. And it's such a unique storyline.
Yes.
And you can I haven't even seen your play yet, but I feel the buildup of you guys getting the opportunity to do what you want to do.
Right.
There's a lot to take in with all those numbers going on through there, all the variety of music. We've got slow numbers, we've got fast numbers, we've got a couple of hidden props and secrets and Easter eggs and spoofs going on.
There's a little bit of audience participation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's always great to have that connectivity.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
We're really excited, and the being able to have a space to perform is just wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So I kudos to Randy and Donna for allowing me to be creative and just showcase my talent on and off the stage. This is really, it's a dream come true to be able to put on community performances where the family atmosphere, it's really nice because once you do a production with somebody, you're like, I'm going to bug you for the rest of my life, okay? You know what I mean? And so it's just really nice. Sean was very instrumental in helping with the restoration. And this is just another way that he gets to come and enjoy the fruits of his labor. So it's really nice to be able to see that. And Mexican Kentucky players and singers have been able to utilize the Rees stage. And this is just another way for Josh and Avery and Braden to utilize something that the community has worked for. So it's great.
Back to you real quick, though. Katie mentioned the restoration part. Kind of give our listeners a little bit of idea of how hard you've worked your butt off in making this work.
Tell them about the basement, like how you guys had to carry.
Oh, yeah. So I've been with the Rees Restoration Project since I think it was after the first year that they kind of got everything kicked off. Then I joined in. Every good committee needs a graphic designer and a marketing guy, so that's kind of where I stepped in. But then that sort of devolved into Randy's manual labor. There was one process where we were getting rid of everything that was in the basement, and there were 2 partial walls that were set up in there, and there were some rickety staircases, and we were carrying 5-gallon buckets full of bricks up these rickety staircases and out to the curb, and then only to realize, well, we don't want them there, we need them back down in the basement. So then we had to redo all the work and carry those bricks back downstairs until we could figure out what we were going to do with them.
Randy.
I know, he's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
And then another huge shout out I want to give is huge shout out to Don Wendell. Mm-hmm. Don Wendell is the man who keeps the Rees running. He is always there. He's Mr. Fix-It. He can do just about anything, and you wouldn't be able to tell that just a couple of months ago he had his knees replaced.
Right.
He is just getting after it. He's an animal.
And we're just starting restoration on the 3rd floor, so he's kind of switched his gears a little bit to, just to start that process.
Is that coming along good?
It is, yeah. We have, people coming in and out. It's a slower process because we want to make sure that everything's done right and make sure the setup is right. But it's coming along, and we're really excited to be able to have another space to have for the community.
Sure,
so.
That's great. Now, is there anything else you want to promote here? I mean, as I mentioned, June's a big month for you guys.
Yes. So June 1st, we actually have VEO. They're out of Fort Wayne. She just signed with the Golden Label. She is 90s country. So if you're looking for those Dixie Chicks, Reba, she is going to rock the house. That's going to be on June 1st. So we're really excited. That's going to be this Saturday. I do want to skip through, June, we're going to have a couple performances and movies. So please check the website. But I'm really excited that in July, we are going to have 2 weeks of youth summer camps.
Really?
So your kids are just about to be able to out of school, and what are you going to do with them for the summer? You know what I mean? So this is a way for them to be able to create their own script, perform it on the stage, go through the whole process of what it's like to put on a production.
That's a great idea.
We are very excited. So we have a 4th through 6th grade, so that's somebody who just completed 3rd grade up, and then we have a middle school, high school, and this way we can then put on a full production. So the middle school, high school is actually going to be putting on Miss Nelson is Missing, which is based off of the book, and so they will be putting on this production after these 2 weeks of camp. And there are scholarships available. We have been, Chris Bacall and Mary Hollum have been gracious enough to donate sponsorships. So we have scholarships for students who aren't able to financially afford. And so it's really nice. So if you feel like this is something that you and your kids would love to do, get your kids off of the TV, electronics, get them into the Rees where we can really teach them, maybe a new passion. So the next time I need somebody for a community theater performance, it could be your kid. Because they're all trained.
That's awesome. That's awesome. 2-week camp, huh?
2 weeks. So you get 2 additional ones. So one is the 2nd week, and then the other one is the 3rd week. They're separate. They have different curriculums, so they could attend 1 week, or they could attend both weeks.
Right.
But they're going to get something out of it, and it's it's just going to be an opportunity for the youth to have something to do. I know that the youth have theater in their schools, but this is a way to be on a different stage. I feel like it's a different caliber. I'm going to teach them kind of one-on-ones because it's not going to be a huge class, so they have to entertain all at the same time. So it's going to be a lot of fun for them, and I'm really excited to be able to put that on for the community.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out what your next creative thing is going to be. That's excellent.
Thank you.
Gosh darn, Katie, you're killing it, man. That is great. Bravo, good stuff. Forever Plaid.
Forever Plaid, June 6th through June 9th. Come see these boys. They will be looking dapper, and they will be harmonizing for your pleasure.
And it's a Thursday through Sunday, right?
Thursday through Sunday. So we have 2 matinees for the elderly crowd because, we want to make sure that they can get home safely.
Well, not just the elderly crowd. It could be young folks, too.
Yes. Well, Claire Elizabeth, I believe, is going to be coming on the Thursday show. So
potentially, yeah. Depends on how she's feeling that day.
So maybe, we could, so newborns through 90s. You
There
come,
you go.
you come and see us, and then we'll have 2 evening shows. Get a dinner downtown. Come grab a drink at the Rees, and be prepared for a show.
I love where your head's at. That's good stuff. That's a good cup of coffee indeed. This is the Rees Theater, and this is why our downtown continues to thrive. And thank you guys again for what you're doing.
Thank
And
you, Tony, for having
I
us on.
can't wait to watch this and have you guys have fun.
Stay plaid, everybody.
That's right. Stay plaid, everybody. Indeed. Thanks again for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
All right. So when we come back, we come down to the back stretch of our Marshall County Today show. Stay tuned.